So you may well have seen my videos about mixed reports about the levels of tourism over here in Mallorca for summer 2025. And indeed, I've just been over here filming in Port de Sóller at around 7:45, 8 o'clock, seeing what it's like at dinner time. But as the sun sets behind me, well, it has brought loads of people out into the resort. We're going to see a completely different atmosphere now as we head on into the evening. And just check out all the people that we have out tonight. Look, we've got a lot of people down here watching the setting sun. And as I spin the camera around here, you can see it's almost disappeared for the evening. What a beautiful end of the day. But while you may well have seen in the previous video how quiet it was down here, let's go and see what it's like now. So it's just before 9 p.m. I'm filming this at the end of July as we're rolling on into August. And I'm at a very, very busy area of Port de Sóller indeed. It seems that many people have had dinner now in the hotels or in the restaurants, and they're pouring out onto the waterfront. Should we go and check out the bars which are the most lively down here in Port de Sóller for summer 2025? Let's go and have a look. I just can't resist looking to my right hand side and the views of the setting sun before we head off. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. So as we check out our first busy bar for this evening, we're just seeing one of the last trams coming by. Now these trams do run long after the ferrocarril, the wooden train. The last wooden train runs back to Palma. But you can see it's not very busy this evening. Now I've just walked along the waterfront just a little bit further and just check out these views here. I mean, it is absolutely stunning. We've got lots of yachts out in the water. I bet they have an amazing view tonight. But at this time of the evening, let's go and see the places to go. And of course, you're going to get a very, very different experience over here in Port de Sóller than you are in some of the other resorts. So when I walked further down here in the direction of Repic Beach, it was very, very empty this evening. I can still see there are plenty of people on the beach, but right outside the Esplendido Hotel, I can see people have come out for some drinks. It's very calm and quiet down there, but I think we're going to check out the hub of, I can call it nightlife over here in Port de Sóller, where you're going to find some of the lively bars. Just turning to my right hand side here, look, we're right outside the Fête Sóller little ice cream place. It's also a bar as well. Look, it's got an upstairs to it and another little bar right next door to it too. I mean, what a great spot to come out for a few drinks, and also what a great spot to catch these views too. There's also a few shops open at this time of night as well, but they do tend to close a little bit earlier over here in Sóller, in the Sóller area. So in my video a little bit earlier on, if you saw part one to this video, I can only say that, well, people were having dinner at the time that was being filmed, but my goodness, just about everyone has come out onto the waterfront to come and watch the sunset. Anyway, let's keep heading on a little bit further and let's go and see where else is busy this evening. My goodness me, I can hear quite a few Americans down here tonight. Let me know in comments if you're visiting from outside of Europe, if you're visiting Port de Sóller from outside of Europe. We're just coming past Nunu restaurant. This is looking busy. And Balai too. Now, not very many places over here in Port de Sóller that do have music, but we're coming up to one of the most lively places. And we're right outside Santa Sol. Got some great music coming out from there. Really, really nice atmosphere too. Same goes as well for Ran de Mar. next door as well. It looks very, very busy in here as well. And just look how busy it's suddenly got over here in Port de Sóller. Goodness me. I've never seen a car coming through here. Maybe they are residents. But anyway, let's keep heading along. Now look, you can see the sun has just about gone. But the night has just started over here in Port de Sóller. Okay, so if you have been following the channel, then you're going to know that many of the resorts do have some lovely evening entertainment in the form of free live music, whether it's in the hotels or in the bars and the restaurants. Now, I'm over here in Port de Sóller. We've just seen a couple of busy bars to my right-hand side, but let's take a walk through and see if we can see any fantastic live music. And I can see just out in front of me as well our first guitarist. And is this the last train going back for the evening? Quite possibly. Heading on back in the direction of Sóller. I think there may be one more actually at 9:30. Just looking at the time now, we've just gone past 9 p.m. But anyway, we have a guitarist out tonight. Okay, he's not amazing, I've got to say. He's strumming away, he's giving his best, but I'm hoping we're going to find a little bit more live music this evening. Or indeed, the main thing to do is to come down to this waterfront area and to head on over to the bars and to watch the sunset. That may well be the highlight of evening entertainment over here in Port de Sóller, who knows. Let me know in comments actually if you know of any nightclubs around here or any great evening entertainment hotspots. Don't forget, as we go through the summer as well, there are going to be some fantastic festivals or fiestas over here in Port de Sóller and in the Sóller area as well. And I'll try and share some of those on the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook page too, so make sure you follow that to know what's going on down here. So it looks like some performers have packed up for the evening already, and they're heading on out of the waterfront. I do know that we have some buskers in front of the marina here, a little bit further back around the area of the restaurants. But is that it for the music over here in Port de Sóller? I don't know. You can really get an idea of the atmosphere over here in Port de Sóller. It really is very much a promenading resort. People out having an ice cream after dinner, maybe having a few drinks in the bars. You can see to my right hand side. And quite a few people still on the beach as well. I just love these long summer days actually, when you see families down on the beach. And this is exactly where memories are made for the summer. Anyway, let's keep walking. We're just coming up to the little area here where they have the market on, I believe it's a Thursday, and there's a bar here which is open as well, a little terrace bar, people sitting out. Let's keep heading along. So we're just currently right outside of the Fergus Hotel, and I'm right outside the restaurants too, but I can't see any entertainment taking place inside that you'd normally find in some of the other resorts. Like I said, Port de Sóller is very much a different resort. A little bit quieter, a little bit more sedate. And also, I'd say a little bit more of a local experience as well. We've got a lot of residents who come down here to Port de Sóller on an evening, us included. I have to say I do love coming over here during the summer months, particularly for dinner. And I'm just going to give you a few views here looking across the port tonight. It is very, very quiet down this side of the port. Look, with a few people coming out for a walk, but it is very quiet and very peaceful. And just to give you an idea of footfall as well along the waterfront this evening. So I'm very surprised to see this restaurant here closed on a Saturday night in July. Very, very unusual to see this. Maybe it'll spring to life on Sunday, but this is closed already on what should be a peak season. And I'm right outside the Mar y Sol here. Maybe it's normal for this to be closed on the Saturday. Who knows? Let me know in comments. From this point here, we're just going to get a few views over the port as well from this very picturesque area. We've got the traditional fishing boats, and now kind of like weekend cruisers. But check out the views this evening. So I can hear some music. Where is it coming from? Let's go and find out. Now, one restaurant that does have some music out here for this summer. I think it's actually providing music for the whole area, but we don't have any live music down here, which is just such a shame actually. It's always nice to see a little bit of live music, but I can hear some dance music pumping out, which doesn't actually seem very fitting for the area. In fact, I'm right in front of the Albatross restaurant here. They do have a DJ on this evening. Look, they also have a happy hour on between 5 and 7 p.m. That's 2 for 1. And the kitchen here is open all day. But look, as you can see, look, we've got the DJ playing some tunes here. It's a shame there's nowhere to dance. Anyway, but to our left hand side here, look, the lights have come on. See various offers actually, look, 3 for 2 on tapas, free sangria, wine or beer with paella as well. We've got some specials on during the day. It's very, very pretty over here actually, look, as it starts to get a little bit darker. Outside of Es Raco here, looking quite busy. Same as well, look, we've got a few offers on there, tapas. We do have some late eaters. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that the locals do eat a lot later over here than many of the holiday makers, but I'd say quite a few of the restaurants are actually quite busy for this time of the evening. And just looking up here to the street that runs parallel, I did actually start my video from over here, and it does seem that these tables have filled up. Just see a boat here coming in for the evening. And in fact, let's head on up to the steps up here as well and just get a better view as to see if there's anything of note going on from over here in Port de Sóller this evening. And check out the views behind me just as I come up the steps. It's about 9:25 now, but we still have some light over here in Port de Sóller. As the summer goes on, it's going to start getting darker a little bit earlier, but this is what it's like tonight. So just looking down this main street here, you can just see how absolutely pretty it is this evening. And just how many more people we do have that have come out. We do still have some empty tables. Maybe they've just left, or maybe they are reserved. Most restaurants do serve till around 10:30 p.m. Just looking up a side street here, look, many others heading on back to their Airbnb or their hotel accommodation. And just passing through another restaurant here with some very nice music actually, I have to say. Maybe a bit better than the clubby music we heard earlier on. And it is positively silent as I approach this far side here of Port de Sóller. If you saw my previous video from down here, you would have seen that this restaurant was very, very empty. The one I'm just walking past now, I really hope they had some custom this evening. It's the So Caprichos. Just give you an idea of the menu as well, look. And I've just noticed as well, look, they've got another terrace area here with customers. Let's keep heading along. And I'm just looking down to the Cantina Marinera restaurant too, but not any sound of musical live entertainment from this side of Port de Sóller. Okay, so I hope that this video has given you a good idea as to what Port de Sóller is like in the evening as we roll into the night time. Now, this resort does have a very different feel to, and I'm swiping mosquitoes away. This resort does have a very different feel to some of the other resorts I've visited this summer. And in fact, I'm going to drop a couple of videos as well, just for complete comparison, both here and here on YouTube too. If you want to see the other videos filmed recently from the Sóller area, I'll drop links to those in the description text below. And do you know what? I'll probably pin one here and here as well. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for watching. I'd love to hear your opinion of Port de Sóller for this summer. Don't forget, you can also find me on the Facebook group and on my Instagram called Mallorca Under the Sun. And I will be live streaming from over here very soon, so hit that subscribe button too. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.